Hello everyone and welcome back to the 32-part tutorial of how to model a basketball court arena, where we will continue with our basketball backstop board. I opened this reference picture because this one is really good for us. The next thing that we're gonna do is creating this kind of a welded plate of metal here. It's I don't know, I was trying to do this. It should be very simple, though something about this shape is just a little bit annoying me. I don't know, bother me something. So just this thing here, okay? What I want you to just be aware of, you see here this area. If you take a look on the profile surface here, it looks like it's not going all the way to the glass. I mean, there is some space in between them, okay? So just bear this in mind, and you see it's not going all the way to the edge here of the profile also. I mean this part, and it does go from here and create some kind of a frame that goes through the other side of the board or the arm. So just be aware of this, and this is what we're gonna do. Um, I'm gonna close this picture, and what I will do, I want this to start from here, from the a little bit from the right side of the arm. So I'm gonna switch to 4 view, and first of all, yeah, let's switch to 4 view, and I will see which view is fits. I guess this is the front, and this is our arm, not the. For sure it's not the rim. So um, what I want you to do is expand this window, and I'm gonna add 2 edge loops on top of this. So insert edge loops, actually 4 edge loops. So we're gonna add 1 edge loop here, and one really next to it that way. So these two are one of them. Well, basically they are borders. So we'll create 2 sets of those. So like that. And now we will be able to extract or extrude whatever goes inside those two, between those 2 sets. Now I press F8 to bring it back to object mode, switch to perspective mode, selection tool, and we're gonna add 2 more edge loops, which will be here on top of this profile, because as I said, it's not touching the glass. There is some space in between. So I want to add 2 more edge loops like that, and make sure that as well that I'm adding them, they are not interfering with anything on our board here. Okay, so with that done, what I will do is simply grab uh, this. No, I have to add 2 more edges. Sorry, we need to add 2 more edges here to determine that thing that I mean this thing that we're gonna extrude should be until here. Okay, it doesn't go through all the entire profile. So 2 more here. Now we can grab this face, and the face is here. Now this area will be a little bit problematic when we will extrude it, because we are grabbing faces that part of many edges here. So you see all those faces, and I want to extrude them. Okay, let me see. You know what? Before that, let's do one more thing. I'm gonna add 2 more edge loops, and with that one, I'm gonna add 2 more edge loops, just like that. Okay. Now, on second thought, maybe I should have. Well, that's good. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Sorry. I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna isolate this for a second. Well, for more than a second. Now, I want to grab this face here. Okay. I want to grab this face, that face, that face, and back to those which we already selected earlier. And I want to extrude them all at once. Okay. So click extrude and pull them with that. Oh, switch to move tool before you pull anything and lift it up. Okay, now there is a problem. Those here are not following. I mean, my expectation were that they will extrude it outside when I used the extrude gizmo, but then I switched to the move tool and pull those up, so those are not going anywhere and I need them to go. So you either leave those where they are, and I mean, for now, you know what, let's pull them a little bit more. And then with the control, what I want you to do is unselect those faces here, unselect those faces here, with those still remain selected. So we don't need this one, we need only those faces, and we will pull them outside that way. Alright, so now we can work this thing out. Now I'm gonna open the reference picture again, and nice. Open, and let's have a look on how it looks. So it goes here just like that, goes through up and then here and straight down there. So let's leave it open that way, zoomed in, and try to match this. Sorry. I'm gonna right click, choose vertices. I'm gonna grab those vertices here. Now make sure that you don't accidentally choose other vertices. It's just a little bit annoying what's going on here. I was earlier picking vertices that I wasn't supposed to grab. So these here, a little bit problematic because they are too crowded and you need to level the way that they are, you know, I'm gonna like rotate them so they will be aligned with this this line, but it should be leveled up. I mean, they can't be on the same height, each one of them. Okay, so I'm trying to rotate them and keep them as much that I can aligned with this line here, and then I will be able to grab those. Let's say align it with somewhat here and bring those and try to really match everything so it will look as we have there. Alright, so I may need to tweak more things here. I mean, these two here a little bit problematic, and you need to be very, very careful with what you're doing here. And this one here, we can pull this down over there. Yeah, something like so. See this weird thing going on here? This is what I don't like, so I will try to pull these a little bit that way. And maybe that way it's fine enough. Let's grab those that way. And yeah, that looks fair enough. I mean, you don't need more than that. Press F8, we will add a few edge loops supporting. So right now, for this sharp edge, we have one that supports here. We need one more from the inner side and as well to the other side. So I'm gonna add one edge loop here and one edge loop there. Okay, this will maintain this area and whatever goes in there sharp. Okay, now we will create one more here at the very end of this. Now this is really depends. I mean, I think I don't need it. I will undo that, leave it right now. All that matters is that here I have 1 and 2, and I will have one that goes through here, one that goes through here. I want to have a look at them, how I've been added them and how they are structured. I mean added or whatever. And I'm gonna add one more here. Okay, and two more here. I'm gonna smooth preview it before because I think that I need to add more, but I just wanna make sure. that it went fine. So maybe it didn't, but we shall see. So yeah, that's fair enough. We don't need more any edge loops. Everything here it looks pretty sharp except this area here. Now you don't need to be worried about this because whenever we will mirror, which is now, what we will need to do is just get rid of those faces here and it will be assembled to the other piece, so everything here will stay maintained. Okay, so right click, choose face. Let's grab this 3 faces, basically those as well, and let's see that we didn't forget anything here. Those 3, sorry. Let's delete them. Tap delete on your keyboard, press F8 and let's mirror this. Okay, now we can safely mirror this after all we've done so far. It's more than enough. And well, I may want to create the there is some kind of a rubber part that should be mounted beneath here. I mean, from the sides, half middle F height, and beneath here the frame, just so when people dunks, they won't hit the aluminum or something. So let's mirror this. Now, right now I'm looking at the front, so the X is there, and this is the negative, this is the positive, I think. So shift right click, mirror polygon, mirror options, and I need to pick the negative X. When I started this part of the tutorial about the backstop board, we already mirrored this once or talked about this, so I told you that it should be negative X. If it's not negative X, so it's probably positive X. Okay, so click apply, but make sure that the merge with the original is not checked. Okay, click apply and close this. So here we go, we have those two right now, and all we need to do is start and connect them. Now, some of the edges are really near to each other, means that the vertices are really near to each other. I want you to be very careful when you do this. You're gonna right click, choose vertices, and grab everything that's in the middle. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom in, just have a look. You see I have those two very close edges that those two vertices here could be merged. So I'm gonna go over the merge component feature, and yeah, I will start with 0.0050. Okay, and click apply. Let's see. So these two haven't been merged, but I've seen something merged here, so that's all good. Now I want to be sure that those three, see, there are still 3 edges here, 3 edges here, and they are aligned. That means that everything here patch correctly. Zoom out, this is just one alone, so it probably patched correctly. Those as well, those two, whoa, those two are okay, those two okay. Here could be a problem, so I'm zooming in. There are 2 and aligned, so that's good. Those 3 are good, those 3 good. Here, see, those could have been merged, so they didn't, so everything is fine. I'm just looking at it from the inside. Those are good, those are good. Here, yeah, that's good. Those here, I don't know, not sure. Looks good. I will press 3 later on just to make sure, but I still want to be able and find any problems that may be occurred. So yeah, right now everything looks pretty good. Press F8 a few times, close this, press 3, and let's have a look on what we have here. Everything here looks pretty nice. All right. You see here? This is a problem. This is the problem. This is where those have been merged without me noticing it. So you see here they are starting like two edges very near to each other, but they've been merged here. So I'm gonna undo whatever I did. Um, I'm undoing until I see here that it says undo merge. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna lower it down. Guess there were some kind of a problem. So let's lower it down to 30. Okay, click apply. Now I'm almost sure that everything is okay because I've seen everything merged, but those here, those has been performed okay, but those two here not. So I'm gonna undo that, and yeah, I'm gonna undo that. There are more than two here. You just can hardly see them. See, there are two here. So I'm gonna undo the merge again. Okay, and just for the sake of um, you know, not trying to test more and more, I'm gonna unselect these two. Okay, switch to selection tool and unselect those. All right, something. Okay, let's try again. What can I say? Let's try with 20. Click apply. Okay, so you see those haven't been merged to each other. So, but you could see that the merged occur. So now let's again press 3 and see if we have any mistakes. No, everything looks good. That's great. That's really great. So when you mirror them, they are really next to each other. So you don't need to use a very high threshold, but sometimes it's good. But we do have some crowded vertices here, so you need to be very, very gentle with what you're doing. Anyway, it performed well, and this is just part of it. So what can I say? Things happened, and we need to deal with them. But the most important thing is just to be more, aware of those things and don't be lazy. Just check your work. Otherwise, it will drive you nuts later on. Anyway, um, yeah, I think this is it for this part. We're going to continue the next part. I'm trying to maintain those short as possible. I know that many of them been like 50 minutes, so let's uh, let's wrap this part here. I'm gonna save this file save scene as 26, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and we'll see you at the next part. Bye.